When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast.
Doing it here live. Hey, welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. I am so excited to be doing this live from downtown Atlanta, the Top Golf event. You can see in the background here, we're going to be a lot going on because we're going to have people walking through here playing golf out there in Top Golf. But I'm going to be walking into the main room here of NAEA, the National Association of Expert Advisors. John Kitchens is up front coaching and training right now. They should be breaking for lunch here in just a couple of minutes, but we're going to go in the room and I'll kind of show you the 120 people that are in there right now. And when they break for lunch, we're going to be coming out and interviewing some of the top coaches and just some of my business partners and anyone who's randomly willing to talk to us about their day here at the NAEA event. So we're going to walk in the room here and won't talk too loud because they're still talking. But let me show you this room. Check out this room.
See if she has a certified stager in your market area. And if not, you can find
they've been killing it today. People have been telling me how excited they have been and how happy they are that we put this event on and what they've been getting out of it. It's been pretty amazing. The networking, going out to dinner afterwards, it's been pretty incredible. So they should be breaking here in a few minutes, but I'll go out in the hall and maybe we'll start interviewing people right now that I can catch, and we'll keep her rolling. Have John come out so he's done. All right. Hey, I got James Massey standing here. Hey, James, come on over here and let me interview you. Tell us a little bit about your story, James. James Massey here. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He came to the NAEA event back in Dallas is when you first really got exposed to these guys, right? Tell us a little bit about your story and tell us about the event here that we've been at today in the last couple of days, a day and a half, and what it's meant to your business and to your team.
Yeah. I mean, I first got introduced to these guys, and the first thing I did is I jumped on a plane and I flew to Dallas, Texas, and went to the Bootcamp. I mean, it was a 3-day event. I mean, they just went over essential things in growing your business. You know, with most agents, you know, they don't have a coaching platform that's going to help them take their business to the next level. But the good thing about here is they went over marketing systems, listing presentations, buyer presentations. And the biggest part of it is like how you should be thinking in order to move your business from a solo entrepreneur where it's just you working in the business to the point where you have a business that's going to be working for you. So that was a big deal in and of itself. So when we saw it, it was like, hey, we got to have this thing in Atlanta. We got to make it happen here in our city so that not only, you know, for us to be able to benefit, but for the people that are close by to be able to benefit. The reality of it is that everybody's not going to jump on an airplane and they're not going to fly to where they need to go. But, you know, if it's local, they have no excuses, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening right here today. So, I mean, it's been an amazing event here at Top Golf. Everybody's enjoying themselves. The food has been great, but more importantly, the information has been great. So the information itself helps agents to take their business to the next level, and that's what we're.
You telling us a little bit about your experience. We got John Kitchens here walking by, the coach, the one and only from NAEA. So I'm going to have him jump in your seat here.
James warmed it up for us. What's up?
Hey, man, I'm so excited that you're here, John, today, and that we can interview you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background, what we're doing here, what NAEA and has done for you, and tell us a little bit about how many hours of coaching that you've had on the books here, and just tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Yeah, man. So it's just it's an honor to be here in Atlanta. I know you were part of getting this all put together, so definitely appreciate that. And anytime that we can bring these proven principles and processes into as many agents as possible, I just know how much it changes lives. It changes our life. And, it's just really cool in passing to have, we've had, 24 agents come up to us just here as like, thank you so much. We needed the proven steps, the proven processes, to know which action to take, which road to go down instead of just winging it and we're all over the place. It's like, hey, man, now I know the next step, right? And it's proven. It's not something that we're just guessing. And, it's just funny. It's not outdated. It's proven principles that stand the test of time no matter what market you're in. And, I just love that we're being able to give that framework to agents so, that they understand not only, what they should do, but how to think better and think as a leader to be able to not only, create and add more value to not only their business, but to their clients and to their market. So it's really cool.
How long have you been in the real estate business, John? And how long have you been a coach? And how many people have you coached over the years?
Man, I got licensed in, I think it was the beginning of 2005. So I've been licensed since 2005. And, I've had, the unique perspective to have, brokerages in two different markets. So small town Lawton, Oklahoma to big town, North Dallas. And so being able to have that unique perspective in both of those markets. And then, for me, on the coaching side of things, I've been able to, get into coaching back in 2012, actually, as an actual coach. So, man, I think about the 10th, 11th year of coaching and being able to, work with some amazing human beings all over, the U.S. and Canada, and now, across the globe. So I've got clients in Portugal, and so it's really cool to be able to, to see the different dynamics. And man, a lot of one-on-one, coaching, and it's just fun to be able to change it up a little bit, come here a little bit one to many, and impact more people in one setting.
You mentioned the other day, like how many hours of coaching that you put in on the books one-on-one. It was a crazy number. Do you remember what that was?
The hours, it's funny. The hours, the total calls is about 13,000, almost 13,000 one-on-one coaching calls. So it's just bonkers to even think about that. Like when I first started coaching, I didn't even fathom that we'd be here, to this point, and that would be, what's happening. But man, it's pretty dang cool.
You've been an inspiration to a lot of people. I mean, you're an Iron Man. I don't know, what would you call that exactly? A participant.
Definitely a participant.
And I mean, you do what you say. You say you're just incredible. The amount of the lives that you have changed with your coaching. I know. What's your average? The average client that you would normally start coaching when they come to you, and what's their average production increase, year 1 and 2, after you start applying these principles?
Yeah, I mean, for sure it's double. I would definitely, say it even goes further to, continue to keep tripling their business. And it really comes down to, you know, what is the goal? What do you want to accomplish? Because there's not very many people that want to grow and scale a real estate business to 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000 transactions. You know, we have the proven process and principles to do that if somebody wants to, but not everybody wants that. So I think the first start, you know, Andre, is getting clear on, you know, what is the goal? What is it that we're really trying to accomplish? What is your freedom? Because no matter what, in this business and in business in general, it's not about selling more transactions. It's about getting to freedom. So helping people get clear on what their freedom is. And then are we, you know, aligning a plan tailored to them and what they're wanting to do that's moving them closer to that freedom, you know, every year, every quarter, every month, every week, every day. And that's the main thing. But it all starts with getting clear in what it is that you're wanting to accomplish.
Yeah, I love that. That's got to be the first place to start, is to get clear. And you guys hammered that today, this morning, and that was pretty amazing. Yeah. Any last thoughts of things that you want to share to people that maybe have weren't able to make it here today, and what their next step is since they couldn't come here live? A lot of the guys listening are honey badgers, people that are in our group, in the Financial Freedom Forever group. What thoughts can you share with people that didn't make it here?
Yeah, I would say, you know, one, you know, as soon as another one of these live events pop up, make sure that you get registered and you align your calendar and your travel to be able to attend. But until that point, you know, I would say, you know, plug into the resources and the training, the online training that's available. I would find out, you know, somebody that did attend, being able to connect with them. Maybe they can become an accountability partner or a mentor to you to help you, you know, start to, you know, implement, you know, what the whole process and what, you know, we teach and, you know, the training that is available, and really start there, you know, get, you know, the connections and to be able to get the capabilities to, in their business so they can, you know, continue to grow.
All right. Awesome. Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate you, pal. All right. We'll see you back in there. All right. Hey, come on over. Yeah. Have a seat.
All right.
Thanks for joining me here. Yeah, Brianna?
Yes.
And how do you say your last name?
Latham.
Latham, that's right. Latham from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes. Exciting music city for many types of music.
So this is really the first time that we've met, was
Yes.
this weekend, and you shared a little bit of your story with me. So I asked you it'd be great for you to come on my podcast and tell a little bit about your real estate story, your background, why you made the change over here at EXP, and just kind of give us share the to the listeners what this business model has meant to you.
Well, this business model has been super flexible with my lifestyle. I'm a mama to 6 boys and foster mom to 50.
Did you hear that? Mom with 6 boys and foster mom to 50. Wow.
Yeah, mostly teens. And so I was looking for something where I could utilize, leverage my skills from the past experiences as a fundraiser and in sales, but just be a little bit more flexible. I knew it'd be hard work. Started out with KW because I'd heard about their systems, but once I realized that they were replicatable, I went to exit. It wasn't a fit. Found EXP and a team, the GIA team led by Gary Wilson, where it's learning based as well as building up your business and very invested in the agent. So, and it gives back. So that is a big motivator for me. That is my why, especially, you know, having been a foster mom and mom to 6 kids, 6 boys. It's been a great fit. I've been with EXP about 2 months. I didn't come here initially because of the EXP model. I came because of the relationship, which is a big part of real estate. And then have met other EXP agents, gotten to know the model, and am very excited to be here at NAEA.
What are some of the things that you've taken away, a couple of golden nuggets from being here the last day and a half that you're going to implement as soon as you get home?
Sure. One of the things I got from you was that you spend Mondays kind of going over all your notes, prioritizing them, spending 2 hours being accountable to your goals. setting your mindset. Mindset is everything.
Right.
Which is one reason I'm training for a marathon is mindset. And mindset in your business and mindset in your personal life go hand in hand. And the other thing is to put your nose down, grind, and just get it done.
Taking action, right? Just getting things done.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate you jumping on here today. Any last things you'd like to just mention to anybody that, I know Keller Williams is an awesome company, and there's a lot of people that we've talked to, and they see it, they see the EXP model, but man, they just love where they're at. What would you share with them of why they really need to just take a look?
Well, when you go into real estate, a lot of people are part-time and they have a part-time mentality and a mindset, but they need to refocus. What do I need to do? I am a full-time agent with a part-time job of what you need to leave. Look at your numbers. EXP wants you to look at your numbers, make that jump. When you made that jump into real estate, you took a chance. Look into the systems that EXP has and take that chance and really investigate.
All right, fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you jumping in here. I'll see you back in there, and
Yes.
I'm sure hopefully we'll see you at the next live event coming up here.
Absolutely.
EXP Con. Well, we have Dallas in August in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, and then EXP Con in November.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks
for sharing. All right. Let's see who we have. Oh, I see some business partners here coming by. Here, you guys come and have a seat, and I'm going to stand up. These guys are from Atlanta, Georgia. They've been pretty incredible business partners of mine, Lexi Wilcox and Benjamin Benamar, trying to squeeze them in here. And I'm going to have Benjamin, since you're closer to me here, have you give me a little bit about, you guys' background, how long you've been in real estate, your first year or two, I know was pretty impressive. Kind of share that a little bit. And then we'll talk about what you guys learned here at the NAEA event and what's been going on.
Sure. So just to give you a little bit of background on us, we're Benamar Properties. We run a team of 10 agents. And Lexi and I are relatively new to the business. We quit our full-time corporate jobs about 2.5 years ago. And we kind of, started running from there. So our first year, we closed about 45 transactions. And we looked around and we said, wow, this broker that we're part of, there's room for improvement. We need a system that allows us to continue to grow. So that's where we found Andre and EXP, and our team and business has exploded since then. So thank you, Andre, and big kudos to you. Lexi, you want to talk a little bit about the event and add to that?
Yeah, sure. So just to piggyback off of where Benjamin left off as well, we, since joining EXP, have been able to blow the team up to have almost now 11 agents under us. We're onboarding the 11th, so that'll be 13 with Benjamin and I. And a big reason that we wanted to attend today's and yesterday's events is that a lot of these new agents are brand new. We think that there's always room for improvement, as Benjamin said, but especially with agents who are just starting out, events like this have been extremely helpful for them to get their feet on the ground to begin with. There's a lot of training that EXP offers that we offer, and now luckily having NAEA as part of our group is just a great opportunity for them to get started. So luckily we've covered from start to finish, how the best way that they can become better communicators, how they can engage leads and convert them. So that's been something that I think not only we can apply after, obviously having success in the few years that we've had, but they can apply now as brand new people and start from the better place rather than learning from scratch like we had to do with our old broker.
Awesome. How many team members do you have now, and how many did you have when you came over? And what's your guys' plan with the EXP business model? I know you guys have a team a little bit set up. There's several ways that you can set up a team here with EXP. What are you guys doing, and why?
So as we went through the transition from our old brokerage to EXP, I think we came on with about 4 or 5 agents. So just in the last few months of joining EXP this first half of the year, we've basically doubled the size of our team. And a big part of that was with everything that EXP offers. Our goals in the future is to continue to grow this local team here in Atlanta. But the beauty of EXP is the revenue share and the agent attraction, the ability to sponsor and grow a team across the entire U.S. and now even in 10 plus different countries. So really the ability to grow a team internationally. So we are both actual internationals. I grew up in France. My parents are kind of all over the world. My family's spread out all over the world. Lexi's from Canada. So in a lot of those countries, EXP has a presence. So we're really looking forward to leveraging that and growing a team across the world.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you guys came from the corporate world and were making good income, but you just weren't real happy, right? And you got into real estate and you cut all ties and you jumped right in. And I know you killed it your first year, and I'm super excited at what's going to be happening in the years to come. I'll have Lexi comment on what kind of support does EXP offer you and our team with the FFF our Financial Freedom Forever team and Honey Badgers and some of the guys that you met in the room, in the last couple of days. What does that mean to you guys' business?
So I'd say the biggest difference is, first of all, mindset. There's people here and throughout all the different groups that Andre was mentioning, the Honey Badgers especially, the mindset compared to the people that we used to be brokered with is just a bigger scale, larger, and building for something to gain financial freedom in a long-term plan. I kind of lost my train of thought, but the goal is, as Benjamin said, that we want to build something that can be sustainable and keep going and generate passive income. There's all these opportunities here that, everyone here kind of has that same mindset to develop something. EXP gives that opportunity with revenue share and an international presence. So our intention is to kind of spread that messaging, keep growing, and that's something that wasn't really possible before. Oh, I guess one other thing, that's what I was trying to remember. With the Honey Badgers and everything else, I think that, the referral network is just so massive compared to what we ever experienced before. Since EXP is nationwide and international, we are able to find these agents who have the similar mindset and, share business in that way. Whereas before, with a referral from broker to broker, it was a little bit of all right, well, never see you again. Goodbye. And thanks for the cut. EXP kind of keeps it in the family in that way. And especially with the Honey Badgers, we've got the great Facebook group going where everyone can, share contact information and deals and opportunities across the country.
Yeah, it really comes down to the improved network, the improved training, and the improved program that EXP provides us all. So it comes down to those things, and all across the board, it helps us be all successful and bring in team members that can be successful as well.
No, I know. There's no real estate company that's perfect, right? And there's always a few bumps in the road that comes once in a while. Just give us your thoughts. You had a little bump that you guys are working through, and you called me to say, hey, what can we do? And we won't go into any details, but how was being able to get the right people on the phone and get the top of the leadership to start helping you with that? Can you make a comment on that?
Yeah, sure. We essentially we had, a sort of one-off situation with a client. We're in the middle of resolving that, and a lot of that, had to do with, what's in the policies and procedures. Every broker wants to continue to protect liability and minimize risk. And essentially, by leveraging our group, Andre and his connections, we were able to quickly get the right people involved within our brokerage. EXP now has just surpassed 60,000 agents. It's a massive company, but we're confident that whenever there's a challenge that arises, whenever there's something where we need to get the right people involved, the right brokers to put their heads together to bring a solution, we've still got the right pull. And even though 60,000 agents are being managed here and are exploding and continuing to grow brokerage, we have the right people and the right connections within our group to get things done.
Now, I know you guys brought a lot of your team members here with you, which is fantastic. I mean, the people that show up go up, right? Any thoughts of what have they shared with you since being here for a day and a half?
Yeah, I can jump in. I think the main thing is confidence, because that's the big block that a lot of people have mentally, is how do I sound like an expert when I don't feel like I have the experience to be an expert just yet. The good thing about these trainings and just the brokerage in general is that there are people supporting each other, and there's, as they get into these scenarios, they can reflect back on what they've learned here today to present themselves in the best way possible, to say that they have certifications and courses that they've gone through that others have not, and set themselves apart. So it's also just a greater team to fall back on and say, they don't necessarily have to say that they haven't closed a deal yet, but if their team has closed 150 transactions this year, that's nothing to scoff at, because they have been around that, they've been involved, and that's learning experience. So that's what I think they can pull from today and going forward, especially that they've got a great support system and a group that will prepare them to take that first step when they're ready.
Yeah. Overall, just very positive feedback from our team members. We're getting a tremendous amount of value. It's not hard. It's not easy to get 2 full days off and be able to make that time commitment to come to this boot camp, but very well worth it. And we've seen extreme value across our team and for us as well.
All right, awesome. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your lunch. I appreciate you coming, checking out, and talking to us for a few minutes. I really happy to be in business with you guys, and really impressed with what you've accomplished already, and excited about what's going to be happening in the near future.
Thank you, Andre.
All right, you guys have a good lunch.
The partnership.
Yeah. So let's see here. Who else do we got? Hey, I got Morris Wyatt walking by. Hey, Morris, I'm on a live podcast.
Oh, live. Okay.
Yeah, have a seat.
All right.
So, how long have you been with EXP? Tell us a little bit about your background, your story, and what has it been meaning to you to be here at this NAEA event? And what have you learned? What are your 2 biggest nuggets that you've come up with since you've been here?
Okay. Well, a little bit about me. I've been in real estate now over 20 years. I actually started with EXP in 2018. The experience has been life-changing and great. But leading up to today, like this event, this boot camp event, this is my second one actually. And every time I sit in these, I'm picking up different golden nuggets that I'm able to utilize in my business, right? So like yesterday, we went over the buyer process, or presentation, I should say. And wealth of information, again, it's always good to learn what strategies we need to implement in today's market. When I first took the class 2 years ago, the market was a little bit different. And now we're able to get the latest strategies that are proven to work in today's market. So one of the golden nuggets I could say from yesterday is just delivering value to those buyers before even committing to working with them. Like being able to show what you're going to do for them, how you're going to help them, what to expect from you is very, very important in setting the tone with working with buyers in this competitive market today. And then today we're going over listings. So I'm very, very excited about that. I've been taking on more listings over the past couple years. So I'm very, very excited to learn what's in store, or what we have available in terms of resources to be able to just help better my listing presentation to get more skills. So I'm excited to finish out today going over listings. And just excited, the main thing is just the excitement of helping new agents. So I invited about 6 agents, not even with EXP. I took the time to or my resources to invite them to this event. And the invitation was to help them grow their business. And the reason why is because when I spoke with them, that was the main focus, helping them grow their business. And I thought this would be the perfect boot camp for them. So I invited them out. They came and they are loving it. I mean, every day they're just telling me about new things that they're going to put in their process. So that to me is the biggest thing that I'm taking away, is the fact that I'm helping at least 6 other agents to grow their business. And that means a lot to me. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any last minute things you want to share with your own business and what EXP and this model has done for you and your family?
Yeah, so this model, I love the model because it's very, very different. And that's one thing about it. It changes the game in real estate. You know, we've always been in that competitive space where, you know, it was one of those do or die type of things where everybody's scrapping and everybody's fighting to get number one salesman, number one GCI. And in this model, it's a different environment. Like speaking to some of the agents I invited, they're actually shocked to see how we collaborate with each other and how we help each other, and it's not a competition. So, you know, the biggest thing is just, you know, just having that collaboration, having a space where we can all share information and help each other grow. I love this environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate your time and
right.
Stopping by and
Thank you.
let me interview you today, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
You too now.
All right. We have the one and only Mika Calloway coming to sit down here with me. And yeah, Mika's been here. Well, I'll let you tell your story here. I know you've been here in Atlanta for a while. Yeah. And we've met each other a couple of times at some other events. And you're just a pistol. Yes. And you're really growing your business, and just excited to have you share a little bit of your story today.
Awesome. I'm excited to share my story with you all today. I started out the gate with EXP, but I wasn't connected, and I was definitely looking to be connected with the right people. And so I connected with these amazing partners with the National Association of Expert Advisors in September of 2018. And so I basically have taken a pivot in my career, and I've taken intentional investments in my career with one-on-one coaching with the NAEA, as well as all the free coaching that's provided to us and the value. So this is actually my 3rd time at this event. The first time I did it virtually due to COVID back in November. It was so much value. I cannot even express how much value. And then I realized that they were going to open back up in January, earlier this year, this past January. And I flew to Ohio and got me a plane ticket and a hotel room. And I was in the atmosphere of these amazing gentlemen, Joel Hollo, who was also my one-on-one coach, as well as John Kitchens. It changed my life. So I got on that plane back to Atlanta, and my fruit is speaking for itself. If you know who I am, Mika Relates, you're a realtor that can relate. On any social media handle, you'll see that my career took a trajectory and a pivot, and I'm excited.
What was your real estate business like? How many homes were you selling, and what was your business like, a few years ago, and what is it like now?
So when I first started, I want to say the first year, it was only 16 transactions. To some people, that's a lot. But I actually was out there swimming. I was paying for leads. So that's how I started my business. I was actually not capping as fast as I wanted to. And I definitely wasn't becoming an icon agent, which was my goal. And so I didn't have the systems and the tools that I needed in place to actually pivot and go to the next level. And that's when I met with Levi McDonald. And I decided to basically leave EXP and change my sponsor to Levi, because he brought so much value to my career. He shared with me about putting myself on payroll and things of that nature. So I will say that now I was able to cap, and I was over 26 transactions. So when you're talking about transactions wise now, this past year I sold my first $1.825 million home.
Wow,
so I had never sold $1 million home, right? That was one of the transactions, and it just caused my numbers to increase and my value increased.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
what can you say about the business model itself? Why, what was about EXP when you jumped back in there with Levi? And what's the biggest changes to your business, and what has it done for you?
Oh, the business model was now I have actually tapped into all the streams of income that are available to me. I will say that I knew the business model, but I hadn't studied it to that detail. So now I have 4 streams of income that I'm proud to say with with EXP, not just with transactions. I'm an EXP certified mentor. I'm also an EXP certified express cash offers agent. I'm also able to grow my equity. So now I actually have my shares of equity, which are growing. So when I say 4 streams, I have my buying and selling transactions. That's normal. I also have my mentor certification. So I get that's a stream of income. My shares of stock is a retirement option. That's an income because I'm growing my retirement, as well as my expansion with my partnership. So now I'm partnering with agents nationally. I have one agent on my partnership that's in Chicago, one that's in California, and we're just growing, man, growing and glowing.
That's fantastic, and make sure the guys and girls that were listening that Mika said this is her 3rd NAEA boot camp. She jumped on a plane, went to Dallas before. Was that the first time?
Oh well, so the Dallas trip was actually an agent attraction trip with them, that was last month. I went to Dallas last month with John Sheplack and Daniel Beer. So I'm always investing in my career. The one thing that you need to do is invest in your career, spend the time, spend the money to be in the right environment with the right people. So I'm with my people. And when he was talking about the NAEA, I went to Ohio in January, and that's when I went to the face-to-face NAEA conference. This time I came because a lot of my mentees, they're being trained, and some of the tools that I use come from the NAEA, and I felt it would be good for them and obtain the knowledge to differentiate themselves in the market and actually know what it means to be a certified home selling advisor and a certified home buying advisor. And now they're getting the tools to take to the next level. Tools and systems.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, Mika, for sitting down here with me today. I really appreciate it. I see Joel Hollo, the other big-time NAEA coach, walking by, and I'm going to have him sit down. Yeah.
Yes, he was my first real estate coach, actually my first and my last and only. And so I think the world of him, and here he comes.
Yeah, give him a really quick introduction of what he's done to change your business real quick.
Oh my God. So basically, when I met John, Joel. I love Joel and John, so you can't, they're 2 in the same. But Joel and I talked over the phone, and he was able to allow me to gain some new tools and some new scripts. I mean, like learning how to talk to people. I put some systems in place. I put an inside sales agent in place. I experienced having my first billboard. I experienced knowing how to have a teletrack number. I didn't even know what that was. There are so many things that he implemented on our one-on-one calls. We would have one-on-one calls every week, and they were so valuable, but it was so much information for me to implement by myself. I'm still implementing those things, but I realized that Rome wasn't built in a day. Every day I'm laying 1 brick towards Rome, 1 brick a day. And so I'm still working on some of those things he gave me to do, guys. And I'm putting people in place instead of systems and tools. Now there's going to be people in place. Growth.
I'm super excited to see your growth of your business. Like I said, you're a crackerjack. You're always happy, excited, and always willing to share.
It's mindset. Mindset. I'm excited about where I'm going because I'm excited with the people I'm doing it with.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Mika.
Thanks.
All right. Hey, we have Mr. Joel Hollo. That was a great introduction.
Come here, big guy.
Yeah. Let's get in here close, buddy. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Joel, and what are you doing? What are you doing here, man? Here in Atlanta, and just kind of share what's going on in the other room.
Well, here's the deal. Why I'm here? It's actually an honor to be here, and it's something that it's an honor because I'm able to present. I'm able to do some training and stuff that is super relevant, and it's honestly it was life changing for me. This is, I think, I went to 8 or 9 different boot camps before I started speaking at them. And truthfully, it's all about systems and processes and tracking your business. And then here's the key, starting from the basics, which is what most real estate agents, what they miss. And so that's just stuff that we get to reiterate. We get to, rinse and repeat and do it again and again and again. And honestly, just pass it on, pass the value on to all the agents here. And it's an absolute amazing event. We've got a great venue here, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We have about 120 people, I think, in the room.
Yeah.
And what you don't know about Joel, from Cleveland, Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know how he's so tan, but from Cleveland, but he's a big giver. What I really love and respect about Joel, he's a big giver. I mean, he's not really directly in my EXP, networking line, but he gives to our team every Wednesday. Well, for about 6 months it was or more. It was like every single Wednesday. We moved it a little bit to give you a little extra time. Every other Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time to our group, and he just gives and gives and gives, and it's you've been a big deal for the growth of our team.
Well, you guys, what's refreshing is that you guys show up, okay, and you play all out. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting right next to me. You truthfully are the only group that brings 60, 80, 100 people every single training. Who else can, bring that heat? And so that's what's, super refreshing. And like I said, you guys just play all out. You guys ask great questions and everything. But as far as the giving goes, it's all from the leaders that lead us. I've heard, you don't do anything, add value. As soon as you feel that you have made enough money, that means you have not given enough. Okay, so think about it that way. So you do nothing but give that value back, and help change people's lives.
Yeah, that's you've been amazing. Now I know your background. Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you're, business partners with Al Stasic, and what do you have, over 40 people on your team that you manage on an ongoing basis, and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, here I started with Al Stasic. I was my own individual agent. I won't get into that huge background story, but Al and I crossed paths in the same brokerage. We ended up becoming, here we're great friends right now, business partners, but I started working for him, and I hope he's watching this because he knows too, is like he pushed me. He pushed me to be that best version of myself, and I hated it. Okay, we actually butt heads because of it, but I see what he was doing, right? And he took my success seriously. He was the only leader that I've ever had that actually sat down with me and said, "What are your goals?" And then I talked with him, and he goes, "Okay, cool, that's great. You want to put that in your pocket. What are your personal goals?" And he was pushing me every single time we sat down. Every week he'd be like, "Let's talk about, that new house, or let's talk about the car, or let's talk about what is important to you." And he helped me get there, which changed my complete perspective. And then he taught me how to lead myself before I led others. He brought me to this boot camp for the first time. I thought it was ridiculous that he's bringing me to this. And I thought they were going to sell me on a bunch of stuff. So they sold me on nothing, except they implemented every single system and process in my book that changed my career around. And so, I actually owe it all to him. And then, then he introduced me to Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, one of my best friends, John Kitchens, who's here side by side. Like, my mentor is here, and I'm speaking right next to him. It's a beautiful moment in life when that happens, and we could jive back and forth together. But he introduced me to all the people who had me implement these things in my business and in my life personally, because that's what I feel a true leader does, is that they are so well-rounded that they're helping you grow in business, personally, financially, spiritually, whatever is important to you in your life. That's what they're adding value to. That's what they teach you to do. So then Al and I became business partners a handful of years ago. And honestly, 4 years ago now, I think almost to the day, we moved over to EXP. We closed up an independent brokerage that Al had started, and then he had brought me into as a partner, and we joined EXP. And I know what you're going to ask me next, so I'll just go into it. It's the exact same answer that everybody else is like, why would you close up an independent brokerage? And truthfully, it was something that we were trying to recreate. We knew the threat that was out there was, agents that were just, they were hitting their ceiling, and they felt like they couldn't get to that next level because of, the independent brokerage or a team model. And what we did was we found this model, and that's the answer that you probably heard a bunch, is the model. It's it answered every single one of our questions. The efficiency in the model, the multiple streams of income. It was absolutely a no-brainer, and I was the one who gave pushback. Al said, "Take a look at this," and I did. And I'm like, man, we got our own brokerage. Like, what are you talking about? And, to me, to be honest with you and transparent with everybody, I just said, hey, let's, I got your back, Al, let's just do it, and then, look at it now. It was the best decision. It literally brought the fun back into real estate. And that honestly, that was it was halfway out the door, having fun. It was stressful, the things that we were going through. And when you could smile and have fun and know that you're going to work and be happy about it every single day, that's when you know you're at the right place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we say that EXP's brought the fun back into real estate again. When you've been in real estate 10, 20, 30 years, like some of us gray-haired guys, it's not so much fun. You're going out there. Yeah, you love what you do to take care of your clients and your family.
Yeah.
But you don't jump out of bed anymore. Oh, I'm excited to go and show another house. But with this group and hanging around people like you and being pushed by leaders, you heard several people say that about the leadership high up in the company to us guys that are just regular agents, but people like yourself and Al, Jay Kinder, Michael Reese. I mean, you can't ask for better business partners, and it's been a life changer for me, and I'm proud to call you my business partner and friend.
Me too, man.
And I really appreciate everything that you do, Bal.
Yeah, just make sure they're living examples of the giving back and the adding value. I learned it from them, and they do it on a daily basis with everybody else. So proud to know them and proud to be partners with you and them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. I know you got to get some lunch and get back to teaching.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody here jumping on. I want to shout out. I think we may have Al on. Hey, Al. Shout out to Cindy. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to, I don't know if they started in there yet. Since Joel's teaching, I don't think so. I may go walk back in there and show you the room again real quick and see if we have any other last minute people to interview before we go. I see my business partner Levi just shutting the door, but let's go take a look and see what's going on. We'll be ending this here this minute.
So what some of us are excited to do is have a weekly bootcamp. Weekly mastermind type meeting. So it's going to be every Friday.
Actually, Dan Hillsman's up on top, up in the front of the room, speaking right now. So maybe I can talk to him real quick. You're all right, Beverly. Come on in. It's all live. It's all good. Check out this room. All right. Well, I don't want to interrupt anymore, so I'm just going to come back out here in the hall real quick. And I just want to thank you all for jumping in here today and listening to our Financial Freedom Forever podcast. It's the first one that we did live on site, and I hope you guys all got a lot out of it. Please make sure to share this with your friends. If anyone's out there thinking about looking at NAEA, the coaching and training company, they were on the Inc. 5000 list, I think 6 years in a row for the fastest growing independent companies in the world. And these are the guys, I believe the coaching is like $25,000 a year for the high level one-on-one coaching. And we get access to all that because we're at EXP has 50 to 60 hours a week of coaching and training. But because of the group that we're aligned with Jay Kinder and Michael Reese and Al Stasic and the guys at Joel Howell, we actually get access to all our coaching and training at absolutely no cost. And that's because we're business partners with them at EXP. So it's been fun. Thanks for joining us. Hey, next week, make sure to jump back into this FFF podcast. We're going to be interviewing Michael and Mira Cruz Martinez from Phoenix, Arizona. They're a dynamic husband and wife team with RE/MAX for, I think, combined maybe 20, 30 years. Had absolutely no thoughts of ever leaving RE/MAX. But when they sat down and looked at the business model, they're going to share
So I found this awesome real estate company called eXp Realty, the most agent-centric company that I've ever involved with in all my years. It's been fantastic, been able to grow a team right now in 27 different states, 4 provinces of Canada, people in Mexico and India already on my team. If you're interested in a real estate career, give me a shout.